Okay, welcome back to Pink Floyd Collector's YouTube channel. Quite excited by today's deep dive. Received this Gerald Scarfe book. I think last year in about June, there started to be rumblings that Gerald Scarfe was going to put out what they call a coffee table book on the wall. So the purpose of this is that it kind of sits on your coffee table and it's a conversation piece. So it's not just a book, it's heavy, it's really robust. It's made to impress people. As you can see, the silver lettering down the side, the art of Pink Floyd, the wall. So let's dive in, see what you get for your money. It's not cheap. This is over 120 quid in the UK, I know. So yeah, again, nice lettering, front and back. Obviously tear down the wall at the end of the album. And then we see these kind of preliminary sketches, I guess you call them. There is a lot of stuff here from the famous Black Book that Gerald Scarfe put together that they used to get funding for the movie The Wall. To begin with, within the first couple of pages, there's actually a dedication from Roger Waters. So just a few words. I love the fact that he signed this reg. That's a reference to the pros and cons. And then you get a bit of an introduction into Gerald Scarfe himself and his various meetings with the band. How Nick Mason first flagged him and then told Roger Waters. And that was all around this cartoon that appeared on BBC Two in the UK. And then you've got the 1975 programme. So yeah, a little bit of an overview of where Gerald Scarfe was when they first met. Some lovely animation cells these are. So although they all look the same, if you go through them, they're all slightly different. So this is an animated sequence. And then you get a lot of this kind of thing. So this is, again, trying to feel out the characters, trying to see what he wanted. This kind of Joker character here. I'm not going to spend too much time. I don't want to give too many spoilers. Obviously, if you get this, you are going to want to go through it yourself. There are some lovely full page. I mean, when I first saw this, all I was thinking about was I just wanted to cut some pages out because there's some really beautiful single pages with no text on. That would look great framed on their own. Talks a little bit about his work on the pros and cons of hitchhiking, on the modern Roger Waters wall tour. He was actually commissioned to do this piece for Billboard magazine. And then the Times Square advert for the auction that took place, I think it was in Sotheby's in New York City. And then he talks about working with the band, beginning with some animation on the Wish You Were Here tour. So that would be 74, 75. And there was some rumblings at the time that he might do some work on animals, but that didn't come to pass. So there's a briefing here on animals, but not so much. And then, as you can see, with a lot of the book still left, we then go into the wall. Again, looking at preliminary sketches with the pink doll. And really it just goes to show the kind of realization from kind of his imagination into reality. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful artwork, as you'd expect. And there is a story to be told here, but as you can see, it's more visual than deep, heavy text. So something like this is those of you that know the Black Book will recognise this. Not a scene, more of a scene that kind of does appear in a certain way in the film, but this was an early sketch, and this one here, the train on the station. So yeah, as you can see, the characters here not resembling at all the finished product, but you can see that he was starting to feel it out. So yeah, I don't want this to be too long video, but I just really want to get across to everybody that I would call this a must purchase. I know it's expensive. If you can't afford, you know, the 120, 130 pound that it is costing, I would suggest waiting until later this year. They are saying that in November it's going to be released as a paperback. So it'll be exactly the same, it just won't have that same quality feel to it. So I guess it's how much value you put into that. But as you can see, just some beautiful full page colour pieces here. And while there's not much text, it is kind of telling the story through the film. So yeah, I'm not going to dwell. Obviously, when you get it yourself, you're going to appreciate some of the stuff. But a lot of these pastel-y drawings, the pencil ones, have never been seen before. And I do get the feeling that this is, if you like, the final brick, if you want to use that analogy. I don't think Gerald Scarfe has got much more left in terms of stuff that we haven't seen. But that's it. A 10 out of 10 from me. I definitely recommend it. Thank you for watching.